I'm Darren Benson, and I have recently joined our Chelan Fresh Yakima team, and I am now the director of the Yakima office. My dad is a first-generation farmer. I watched him start with essentially nothing, watched him grow over the years, helped him in the farm when I was younger. That's where it started. My first job was in a cherry orchard when I was 13 years old. We had to go down to McDonald's in Brewster, catch the bus at 3:30 in the morning to go get out ahead of the pickers, and so we could lug their buckets. You take a lug bucket, you dump it into a bin, and we did that until about noon. We stopped picking at about 80 degrees, and so about noon, we were done working every day. We'd take the bus home, and we'd go jump in the lake, call it a day, get up, do the same thing the next day. I graduated high school from Brewster, Washington in 2006. I went and played college baseball at Grays Harbor College in Aberdeen, Washington. I finished my final 2 years of baseball at Doane University in Nebraska, Crete, Nebraska. That is where I met my wife. We've been together now for 10 years. When I first met her and told her I was from Washington, she made me promise that I would stay in Nebraska for at least a year and a half. And so I did. I got a job in the furniture industry, actually. And when that time hit, we were back on our way to Washington. And that's when I started working at Chelan Fresh. My introduction to fatherhood with my wife was interesting. So I have twin baby boys, and they were born very early. They were born 3.5 months early. And so we spent the first 95 days of our parenthood in the NICU. We were challenged in a new way. My work each day is super challenging. Being a father and co-parenting in that situation brought on a whole new level of challenges. The boys are 3.5 years old now. They're doing awesome. They're just normal little boys, and it's quite amazing to see where they started to where they are today. Recently, my wife and I welcomed our baby daughter, and she is a sweetheart. Since we've moved to Yakima, we actually have dinner together every single night at the table, which is something we haven't had before. We make sure when I come home, we get the kids on the bike, we ride over here to Rayburn Park, and we just have a blast. I would say we've just had a chance to grow within and become a stronger bond between my wife and I, and then the kids as well. It's a new beginning for us, and we moved away from our family, so we don't have that immediate family to lean on, and what that's allowed us to do is lean on each other. You got to thank your buyers for being able to take a phone call from you or call you and know that you're going to have screaming kids in the background. They might call during dinner, but they've all taken that lightly and understand that a work-life balance is super important. The buyers are looking for real-time, accurate data, whether that be volume commitments, harvest dates. They apply it to their Excel spreadsheet or their ad planner, and that is what they take to store level to execute. Any item that actually scans across the scanner, it goes into a data pool, they review it, and they have real-time data to see what apple is performing and what is not. By that data, they'll decide then, what do we carry in the future? What do we offer in our mix? What does our consumer want? So my primary focus is coming in each day and assessing where we're at. I'll look at inventory levels, I'll look at pack out levels, and then I'll take that information, we'll digest it, and put a plan in place for our sales team, and we execute. We've got an awesome sales staff. I feel very blessed to be in an industry where we get to feed people.
My name's Gary Grillo, and this is Grillo Orchards. I farm here with my dad and my son. Dad has been here since the late 60s farming, and as a kid growing up, I really enjoyed it. And it's just all I wanted to do, so I stayed here. And my son raised here, and he loves it. And so he went to college, got an ag degree, but he came back and wanted to farm. So, and his little guys are talking about farming all the time, so who knows how long it'll go on. It's a great dynamic, you know, just having little kids to come out and help you work, you know, and stop and talk to every day, and they know so much about the farm, you know, where everything is. Those guys can tell you almost where every valve on the place is riding around with you, and it's a lot of fun to be out there and hear their take on what's going on. Why are you doing something different today than what you did yesterday? And It's a lot of fun. The most rewarding part of the lifestyle is being here year round with the fruit and seeing it grow and being with the family. You know, being able to stop and talk to the grandkids and, you know, see them in the yard and stop for a minute and visit with them, take them with you to do something. It's, you know, everybody's involved, and that's the most rewarding part.
Being around my dad and grandpa, I love doing that every day, and every day I kind of know we're going to come up with a plan of what we need to get done for the day, what needs to happen, and how to do that. And I love taking my kids and being here on the farm where they live here. I can swing by and grab them throughout the day, and they come help me with little jobs when they can, and I know they like to do that too. That's their favorite part of the day, is when Dad picks them up and we go and do something, whether it's gluing pipe together or fixing a broken sprinkler or anything. They love it. The world's always going to need food, and they're going to need high quality produce and fruit, and it feels like you know, an important job, something that's satisfying when you're done at the end of the day, or, you know, in the fall when you're filling those bins up and taking them to the warehouse. It's a pretty satisfying feeling.
I'm Eric Borton, Director of Business Development for Borton Fruit. My family's fourth generation family farming company. We've been farming apples, pears, and cherries since 1912, so over 100 years. I have an incredible family, a beautiful wife named Brooke, and two little boys that are just rambunctious and so much energy and really give me the life and energy each day. Luke and Jonathan, ages 2 and 4, and they'll hopefully be the fifth generation of the family in the farming business when they grow older and maybe decide to come back and farm as well. Living here in the Yakima Valley, there's so many unique and special things about the valley, and especially out in the farming country that make it special. Being able to raise my boys out here, you know, tour the orchards, show them about the process, and just explore our ranches and just the valley in general is really special. It brings back memories of when I was a little kid and my father showing me everything, going fishing in our irrigation ponds, and, you know, just all the little nuances of growing up as a farmer out in the valley, and being able to share that with my family is really special. The whole farming process is incredibly in-depth, and it's even though we harvest one crop a year with apples, pears, and cherry, it's a multi-year process. So years in advance, we're planning what varieties we're going to be planting, what varieties we're going to be rotating out of our mix, having to order trees several years in advance, plant them, and wait several years, 3 to 4, to actually get a crop or good production from those trees. And the manpower that it takes to harvest 400,000 bins of fruit every year, picked by hand and at the exact right maturity in the orchard, where every block of apples or pears or cherries matures at a different time period. It's a very in-depth process, and it takes a lot of people, and we're incredibly blessed to have such a great management team, but every person that works for us is part of our Borton Work family to be able to make that happen year in and year out and be successful. We're continually looking for ways to implement technology, develop new processes and procedures in order to maintain that quality and control from really the time we plant the tree and developing and deciding on the rootstock that's the best for that specific microclimate, all the way through to when we store it and have comprehensive storage techniques to the packing side, when we're evaluating quality way better than we ever have been able to before, because of the technology that's available to analyze data, take pictures, and really understand the makeup of the fruit. Ultimately, our goal is to deliver the best, freshest piece of fruit we can to our customer so that they can enjoy it like the day it comes off the farm when we get to enjoy it, because it's something special, you know, when you take that bite off of an apple when it's coming off the tree in the fall. And as a family, we want to share that with all the families, you know, across America and the world. Our company is built on strong family values, and I like to think that everyone that works for us is a part of the Borton Work family, and it really gives me the drive every day to go to work, to know that we get to have so many people employed and work as a team to do the best we can to deliver a fresh piece of fruit to so many people around the world.